your journey with what you're doing and what God has planned for you. Awesome. Welcome to Intentional Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Today is going to be the start of something different while we are separating into the new and away from the past. I can't wait to get into this with you guys. So let me just check and make sure that everything is good. Today's topic. Okay, we want to make sure there are three things that you know that you need to feel safe in your community. There's a lot of different things going on, and that is not the case for a lot of us. A lot of us do not feel safe. We don't feel supported. We don't feel seen in our communities. So this is a little bit different from the professional realm and the information that we usually take, but this is important. It's about you, your neighbor to the left, your neighbor to the right. It's about the community. You want to make sure that it is strong, because this is where you live. This is close to home, literally close to home. So let's make sure that it gets what it needs. Let me just check and make sure that everything is working. Great. If you are in the chat, let me know if you can't hear me, because that likes to happen. It looks like everything's going, but I want to make sure. Okay. All right, everything looks to be functioning properly. Can I see that? Okay. They are changing things so much, so you have to bear with me while I'm figuring everything out and make sure that it's working. Now, for those who have not been here before, welcome. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad that you chose to be here and spend this lovely afternoon with us. Welcome. I am Penny Owens, and I am the founder of Penny Owens LLC, a leadership empowerment consultancy. What is that? What do you ask? I'm glad you asked. Here, we make sure that you know who you are authentically, okay? That you live in your purpose, that you lead in your purpose, and that intentionality, that clarity, that passion that only you can bring to the table bleeds out to those who follow you, those who are surrounding you, your community, and it just trickles down and it spreads out to everyone. I help you do that. I make sure that your team does that. Because why else are we in business? Why else are we speaking out loud to others? And why are we leading you into the dark? That doesn't make any sense. But here at Intentional Tuesdays, this is where professionals come to realign their spirits and to refresh their intentions every week. We don't wait till the beginning of the year. We don't wait till just Mondays, and we don't wait till the first of the month. We make sure that we do this every week, because I want to make sure that you are aligned with your leadership, that you are living in your purpose all day long, all the time. And I use simple strategies that are integrated with spiritual values. Yes, I'm that person. Okay, we want to make sure that you're good and that what you do is even greater. Now, today's intention, 3 things that you need to feel safe in your community. Like I said, you're seeing this on the news. I'm just checking everything. You're seeing these things on the news. It's everywhere. We don't feel safe. And it doesn't matter what color your skin. It doesn't matter your age or your sex, gender, or who you identify with. You don't feel safe. So 3 things that's going to make you feel safer in your community. 1, you got to look at the man in the mirror. It's going to start with you. So I'm going to hold you all accountable so I can make sure that you are doing your part to change the environment. This is something that's going to be continuous. And like I said, it starts with you. So, first, awareness. Awareness. We probably for at least the past 2 generations have been just infused with stranger danger and mind your own business. What goes on in your house sticks with you. And this is why we're in this kind of situation. We're not paying attention to our surroundings. You don't know your neighbors the way you used to 30 years ago. You don't. So awareness is first. You need to know who is around you. You need to know what's available around you. How else are you going to feel safe if you have no clue where you are, who's around you, what's going on? You don't know anything. Fear stimulates from not knowing. It's just a natural human component. I'm sorry, but that's how it works. When you don't understand something, you're going to have fear. You're going to be afraid or confused and unsettled. So address that. Instead of being unsettled, let's get some answers. Let's ask some questions and let's look around. Who is around you? Who are your immediate neighbors? And don't just stop there. Don't just stop on the neighbors to your left, to your right, in front of you, behind you. Who's on the next block? Who's in the actual neighborhood? Walk around. Why is it that for Halloween we have no problem walking around and asking strangers for candies with our children, but you won't walk around and say hi or deliver the mail that got into your mailbox that's not yours, just taking it to your neighbor? Let that not be the only time you say hi to them. Speak to your neighbors. And that's on all the streets that's surrounding you. That's in the whole entire community. Because when you start seeing these places and these people on a regular basis, guess what? You get familiar with them. You get more comfortable and you are aware of their presence. And this doesn't necessarily have to be judged as good or bad. Yeah, we don't have to do that. But just being aware, it will make you more comfortable because you are present. Be present with what's going on around you. Second, this comes along with being aware. Trust. We know that trust is very important, and it doesn't matter who you're speaking to, and it doesn't matter who's speaking to you. It's important. Yes, there's a debate whether trust is given or is trust earned. But it's up to you to determine which one do you lie. Are you going to give trust or do they have to earn it? That obstacle is on you. It's whatever you choose to do, whatever your beliefs are, whatever you have been taught. But trust is important either way. You need to feel as if you can trust the people in your immediate environment. You want to know if you can trust the resources that are available in your environment. How else can you do that if you're not aware of them? And if you don't actually seek and interact with these people or with these resources? Exactly. If you're not actually utilizing them, asking questions, actually just paying attention to their existence, then you're not going to trust it and it will not trust you. Think that just makes sense. It's nice and simple, but we tend to make it very, very complicated. So don't make it complicated. Get some answers and actually inquire and see what exists around you, outside of your head, outside of your house, and outside of just what you think you control. There's a whole world out here that you don't control. So interacting with it is going to make you feel better, and it's going to allow you to build more trust. I'm sure you have a reason that you don't trust so-and-so or why you don't go into certain environments. But knowledge, there's power in it. It's true. So become aware of what's going on, and then you can make an educated decision about who you'll trust and who you're not. If they haven't done anything to you, I don't see why you're holding on to that trust so stingy. I'm sure you want people to trust you. Are you trustworthy? That's a question only you can answer. Are you the problem? Is there a reason why you feel this way? Because it's a reflection of yourself. If you feel as if you are trustworthy, then give people a chance. Show people who you are and give them an opportunity to show themselves to you. Let's just not walk around assuming anything. You know what they say about assumptions. If you don't, I'm just saying do some research. Now, third, communication. I'm sure it sounds really simple, but it is. If you don't communicate with others and you are not heard yourself, it creates a huge void. And that makes a big room where you can't trust people and you're not aware and you just don't want to be bothered. You just cannot feel comfortable and you're afraid. Communicate. Communicate what you need and listen to other people's needs as well. Let them tell you about themselves. Let them share their stories, share their fears, share what they know, their knowledge and their experience. If you don't interact with other people, if you don't talk to them, then you're missing out on a lot of jewels as well. You don't know who you're right next to. You don't know who they know. There may be some valuable, and there probably is, considering there's a whole world outside of you. There's a lot of valuable information and access to resources, but you're not going to know it if you don't have a conversation. And I say conversations because don't just say hi and bye and then that's it. That was not productive. How are you? Great. That's a starter. Let's do more. Let's do more. But actually communicate and sit still and have a conversation with those around you in your community. Get to know them. Start building a real relationship. I'm not saying that's going to be everybody. No, you're not about to be homies with everybody. But around. If you start the conversation, you will build more effective relationships in your surroundings. I'm not saying you got to say that you're best friends. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be family. But if you don't interact with those around you, you're doing a disservice for yourself and those that you care about. You cannot find yourself being prepared for emergencies properly when you can't involve your environment. Your direct environment, your community affects you in many ways. This is the environment that conduces either happiness or stress for you. Even if you walk past and you go straight into the house and you don't communicate to your left or to your right, that doesn't mean that it is not affecting your environment. If there's noise or disturbance outside of your home, it affects you. If there's a party and a celebration outside of your home, it affects you. So whether you interact with it or not, life still goes on. The world still continues regardless of where you pull yourself. If you choose to not interact with it and you stay inside, you kind of did that to yourself. I'm just saying. And it doesn't matter the reason. I'm sure you have a good reason. I'm sure you have a very, very valid reason for why you have separated yourself. But for many of us, those reasons didn't even come from us. They were stimulated from the news. They were stimulated from the television and our devices. They were stimulated from our parents and our loved ones and our friends and our coworkers. They were stimulated from outside sources and outside fears. But for you, always take a refresher, preferably weekly. I'm just saying, maybe on Tuesdays, whatever, right? Just make sure that you reset your mindset and you decide for yourself, what is it that I want to do? What do I want to get out of it? What do I need to get out of it? What do I want to display? How do I want others to see me? Refresh the mindset regularly. Don't get stuck in what someone else put on you. What someone else said is true. What they said is true. Do it for yourself. Do your own research and make a decision on a daily basis. Our community starts with us. Us. The contributions that we put into our community, guess what? That's the ripple effect. These are the stories that our neighbors say about that neighbor over there, which may be you. You're the one who walks into the house quickly, doesn't even speak. Or you're the one, every time I see them, they have a smile on their face. You're affecting people even when you don't think so. At the minimalist portion of action, you still affect those around you. Told you before, you're a whole rumor and you don't even know that. You're inspiration and you didn't even think they saw you. So be mindful. When you are maneuvering from place to place, when you are leaving your home and you are interacting into your stores, the gas station, any shopping areas you plan on spending your money, online, inline. And matter of fact, online as well. Those communities are inside your home. So don't think that it doesn't affect you. You're affecting even more people with the internet now. So all communities, the ones around your house, in your immediate environment, in the reality of the world, as well as virtual. Those communities as well. What you contribute and what you put into that environment is vital, it's important, and you should be held accountable. Be mindful of what you put there. What you want to put into the world, it starts with you. When your mindset is, I guess, negative or disruptive, you tend to attract that type of energy and then it follows you, it sticks with you. If you are trauma bonding with people, oh, both of us, we don't have a father, or both of us have lost a child. We have been through very dire cases of loss, or we have been even tortured. You just really don't know people's stories. You don't know where they came from. You do not know what they've been through. You don't know what they're going through right now. But if you are trauma bonding with others, and that's what's bringing you close to them, yeah, there's a kind of how do we say that, side effect that comes through that kind of bond. But if that's how you're reaching out to people and you're allowing them into your world, get some balance. Let's get some less traumatized people in your life. Let's get somebody who has been healed or has experienced the processes of coming out of trauma situations. People who have been through a lot of pain. You don't want to only surround yourselves with people who have been through a lot of pain, who don't trust just like you. How are you to build your network, and how are you to learn to trust people if everyone around you thinks just like you, if they also don't trust people? Well, you let homie in. They don't trust somebody either, but you still let them in and you value the relationship. I say that to say that no, it doesn't matter what you think the situation is going to be. Give it a chance. We take a chance all the time with strangers. They're a stranger until you get to know them. We take a chance with new products all the time. I don't know if I'm gonna like it until you like it. Stop stopping yourself from living your life. Stop stopping yourself from involving others. Stop stopping yourself from just being who you were created to be, doing what you're supposed to do, and just expressing that in all areas of your life. Be yourself and share with others. So the awareness that helps you, your family, and everyone else. Look around. Try to spot the areas that you haven't paid attention to before. The things you just drive by regularly. Stop. Slow down and read signs. Look at the other people that are interacting with that store or that restaurant. Just slow down for a second. Slow down and incorporate and take note of your environment. All areas. I mean, at this point, if you slow down long enough, then you can take in more, you can see more, observe more, and it's going to help, because you never know when you need to check that box of, you know what, I remember seeing this. This was such and such. This was right around the corner. Oh, I know exactly where I need to go. The more you don't know, then it's just that you don't know and you will not be prepared. Our environment is getting shaky and unpredictable. You need to be prepared. But believe me, if you only go to certain locations and spots for your resources, I mean, what are you going to do in a case of an emergency? You're going to travel 30 minutes away to your favorite restaurant for some eggs, for your favorite juice, for water? No. See what's in your area and then make a decision on where you're going to get your things. You're probably passing up a small business somewhere that can give you those needs for cheaper. Maybe a small business that has a kinder demeanor, and just the way that they interact with their customers is better than the top brand stores that we won't even name. But it's another person, another family that's close to you in your community. Help them out. Help them be seen and feel valuable as well. I'm sure they will appreciate your presence. And that's all we want as humans. We just want to be appreciated. So awareness for yourself, so that you can pass that awareness on to others. Trust. You have to start building the trust. No one, I don't care what you say, but in the end of the world or something crazy like that, apocalypse and everything that we watch on TV and movies, you do not want to be the last man standing. No, you don't. I'm sure you want to be surrounded by those you can trust, that you can depend on that will be valuable and helpful in times of despair or times just where life is just rough and it's difficult. You don't want to go through that by yourself. You may think you do, but we're just not made that way. We're not. On a cellular level, I mean, really, we're not supposed to be by ourselves. So start working on whatever you need inside of you to have trust and communication. Open your mouth. I want to hear what you have to say. And I'm not the only one. What do you have to say? What is on your mind? And ask other people the same thing. What do you have to say? And what's on your mind? Once you start communicating with people, then you can decide on which way that relationship, friendship, networkship, any kind of ships, where it's going to be. And it's an informed decision. You know how much energy you're supposed to put towards it. You know how much energy you're getting out of it. But that communication needs to happen. Stop walking around in silence with yourself, not interacting with your surrounding. You are not helping yourself and you're not helping anybody else. Start communicating with those around you, then whatever categories you need to put them in, then so just do it. But until you actually start speaking with them, you're not going to understand who they are, what they're capable of, if you need to be aware of that because they might be dangerous, or if you need to bring them onto the team because they are very, very helpful. You don't know what's around you. So pay attention, communicate, and make sure that I hate to say take advantage of it, but it's true. And this is for each and every single one of them. I didn't leave you out. I didn't leave you out either. You are valuable. What you contribute is needed somewhere. So find out where that is. Find your village, find your tribe, and start with your community. You shouldn't have to travel the world around to find like-minded people. You shouldn't. I'm just saying. And the internet made it even smaller. So go out there and contribute the things that only you can and allow other people to share that wisdom and experience and save you some trouble as well. Start building it, people. There's a lot going on. So this ain't the time to be by yourself. I encourage every one of you to become an active participant in your community. Because this is what's going to help your day-to-day routines, your day-to-day reality. Your life will change once you actually become an active participant in it. So start working that out today, if possible. Of course, it's possible. Now, you want to follow me for more tips like this, and you can do that on Instagram _Penny Owens or the United Front Network on Instagram, or you can follow me on Facebook on Empowerment Over Sacrifice. Now, share and invite to whomever you think would listen and need this information. It's not just for you. Like I said, this is a whole community. We're going to share. We're not going to be selfish with our information. Now, I just want you guys to understand that collectively, we impact our environment. So do your part to collaborate and contribute. This is Penny Owens, founder of Penny Owens LLC, a leadership empowerment consultancy where we are on a mission to empower professionals, small business owners, and corporate teams to live and lead from their authentic purpose, to change the culture of leadership, starting with the hearts of leaders and extending to their teams. Excuse me, I have a mosquito bite. And their environments and the communities they influence. When you are better, then we're better. That's all I'm saying. It just makes sense. It just bleeds over and it's easy, right? Join us every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. You know where you live at. You do the math. I trust that you can handle that. Now, next week, we are going to be discussing, this one's going to be interesting. Identify the culprit. And when I say identify the culprit, there is someone in your past who told you some untruths about who you are. And guess what? I'm going to help you to make sure that we hold them accountable and that we silence that voice. We don't have time for it. I'm telling you, things need to be done and you need to move strong. You need to understand who you are. So we're going to quiet down those voices, those people, whoever they may be, because you know who they are. We're going to make sure that we don't continue to give them any more power. You will be your best self. Okay, we're going to do that next Tuesday. Make sure that you show up Always remember to lead with purpose in your purpose. So I will see you next week on Intentional Tuesdays. Bye.